It's wide open. It's wide open.
A wide open job market in the trucking industry is attracting some unlikely new faces. Out of work white collar employees are looking for a new road to recovery.
Tony Lopez is live at a Sacramento truck stop to show us how some people are shifting gears.
Yeah, what's that saying, necessity is the mother of invention? Well, when some out-of-work white-collar employees lost their jobs, they reinvented themselves in a very big way by entering the world of trucking.
We lost our job, we lost our home.
Their stories are common.
I was an executive assistant. We've had a really rough year.
Their approach to dealing with tough economic times is not.
Well, I was in the newspapers for 30 years and I lost my job.
He lost his job, she was losing hers, and he wasn't getting enough hours as a medical assistant. Out of work and out of luck, these local white-collar employees were not out of ideas.
With our nation's economic engine sputtering, they decided to check under the hood to look for another way to get moving. They found it by turning the key and turning the corner, shifting gears by discovering the blue jeans, blue-collar world of trucking.
Get aboard this 18-wheeler.
Once that tire lined up, straighten out your wheel. Keep it straight. There we go.
For these faces of the economy, it's been more like a full turn to a road less traveled.
It's wide open. It's wide open.
And so are the jobs. Trucking school operations manager Bob Schauer will be the first to tell you.
We've seen an awful lot of that over the last year and a half or so.
An awful lot of new faces he never thought he'd see.
Checking all my hoses, making sure there's any cuts or leaks.
We've had teachers, we've had a lot of people out of the high-tech industry, and people that have been laid off.
The most recent numbers from the Labor Department show the unemployment rate among white-collar workers has been steadily hovering around 6%. For perspective, the only other time it reached 6% for a prolonged time was in November of 1982 and the start of '83. The start of this new life for former nursing assistant Brian Britt was a no-brainer.
The pay is good. You can travel. You can see places that you never got to see. And if there's no work out there, there's no reason why that they shouldn't do it.
Right now, the companies are actually crying for drivers.
And those cries will only get louder. According to experts, over the next 3 years, the trucking industry will be 300,000 drivers short.
There's jobs everywhere in it, so it's not, it's a growing industry.
And Tammy Minatre's callback list is growing.
Right now I have 4 offers from major companies.
As for her husband,
I think every place that I applied for, they sent me that acceptance letter.
Straighten out your wheel.
and Brian Britt hasn't even graduated, but has 2 trucking companies ready to hand him the keys.
And that's before I even finished school. Yeah, it's amazing.
What he calls amazing, you might call a last resort. Let's face it, trucking isn't for everyone. You're gone for days at a time, the hours are long. But in this tough economy, more opinions are shifting gears, and people are rethinking their options.
Most of the people in my class are unemployed.
They may not be for long. This trucking school says it has a 90% job placement rate at graduation, with an average first-year starting salary at $42,000.
I work some odd hours, but at least I'm working.
Get aboard this 18-wheeler.
Working without worrying, these new truckers will tell you about how long they'll have a job.
This is one industry that cannot be outsourced to another country.
The laughter is contagious, and the word might soon be spreading. One way to get this economy moving might just be to keep on trucking.
No, I've already got my bags packed. I'm ready.
Yep, he's ready to go all right. You've met the very nice lady Tammy in the story. She reminded us that a lot more females are entering the trucking business as well. I talked to a few truckers out here at the 49er truck stop off I-80, and they said they're seeing a lot of new faces, a lot of what they call newbies, new truckers that are getting the experience on the road. And I should add that before you jump into this, by all means, make sure that you're dealing with a legitimate trucking school, just to cover all your bases.
You don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth here, you know, but Tony, look, are there any people who have misgivings about being gone on the road for so long? That's a lot of weeks.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole change of lifestyle, but as I said off the top, sometimes you're willing to reinvent yourself and take some roads that typically you would normally have to take, but with the economy sputtering, you have to take a different road.
Right.
You don't want to wait around for a job that might not materialize, so
All right.
take this one.
Thank you, Tony. That was good report.